Adventures in freelancing. Take a break from it all and enjoy a little lighthearted fiction as we tell stories about the glamorous life of a freelancer and his very tolerant dog. Episode 6, The TimeDrain Trap, or My calendar says I'm double booked with myself. Alex's manual scheduling creates endless email tag and disastrous double bookings. He loses precious time, desperately trying to make comical excuses. Hi, this is Tegan Gardner for DoItByTheHour.com, and I'm a freelancer just like you. If you've ever tried to nail down a meeting time with more than one person via email, you know the drill. It's less like a dance and more like trying to herd especially flighty pigeons in a hurricane while they're drinking martinis. For Alex, a man whose organizational system resembled a spaghetti western shootout, this wasn't just a drill. It was his entire work week. His desk was a chaotic monument to post-it notes, crumpled scraps of paper, and an actual honest-to-goodness physical planner that looked like it had survived a small-scale tornado. Each potential meeting was a new battle, fought one agonizing email at a time. The email exchange marathon. Okay, so Tuesday at 10 a.m. doesn't work for them, but Wednesday at 2 p.m. is good for him, but not her, Alex mumbled, tapping a pen against his temple. Buster lay on the rug, chin resting on his paws, observing the spectacle. He let out a soft sigh that sounded remarkably weary for a creature whose biggest concern was usually wondering when the bacon bits would appear in his bowl. This freelancing thing was harder than it looked. Alex then proceeded to draft another email, meticulously listing 3 new potential slots, each requiring a cross-reference with a dozen other scribbled commitments. It felt less like scheduling and more like an elaborate game of 3D chess against an invisible, omnipresent opponent. Hours later, after what felt like an entire season of a particularly dull reality TV show, a breakthrough. An email pinged confirming a time. Yes! Alex pumped a fist, the triumph echoing through the quiet apartment. Finally, we're on for Thursday at 3 p.m. Buster, however, merely cocked his head as if genuinely confused by Alex's inability to simply know his schedule. He then circled Alex's feet once, slowly, as if trying to herd him towards a solution. Then, with an almost imperceptible flick of his nose, he sent a well-chewed squeaky toy tumbling directly onto Alex's physical planner, tearing pages and scattering the very appointments Alex had just painstakingly logged. See how easy these paper things are to mess up?
Tired of gig sites taking a huge bite out of your profits? Do It by the Hour Stripe integration means payment processing fees of less than 3%. Enjoy automated invoicing, project management, and client acquisition tools on DoItByTheHour.com. Get started for free!
The unavoidable double booking debacle. The victory was, as always with Alex's systems, short-lived. The next morning, as Alex prepared for his 3 p.m. call, his phone buzzed. A client, utterly flustered, asked, "Alex, are we still on for our 3 p.m. strategy session? I'm waiting on the call." Alex's blood ran colder than a polar bear's toenails. His eyes darted to his planner, then back to the client's email. He had, in his meticulous chaos, booked 2 separate 3 p.m. calls on the same day. Oh, no, you see, the calendar goblins must have struck again, he stammered into the phone, attempting a comical excuse that sounded suspiciously like a desperate lie. We're experiencing unexpected temporal anomalies in my schedule. My deepest apologies. Mutterings about the tyranny of the clock. After untangling the mess, which involved rescheduling one client, profusely apologizing, and promising free consulting for life, Alex slumped back in his chair. The sheer, unadulterated time this takes, he muttered, running a hand through his hair. I spend more time scheduling work than actually doing it. It's like being trapped in a bureaucratic nightmare. Buster, who had been idly scratching at a magazine, opened to a brightly colored ad for effortless online scheduling tools, paused his clawing. He looked up at Alex, his expression a mixture of profound disappointment and a silent, canine, "I told you so." The wasted hours hung in the air, a phantom weight on Alex's shoulders. Just then, his phone rang again. It was a high-priority new lead, eager to discuss a major project. "I'd love to schedule a quick chat to go over some details," the lead said, their voice brimming with potential. Alex fumbled, frantically flipping through his paper calendar, searching for an opening amidst the scribbled-out appointments and vague question marks. The lead sighed audibly on the other end. "Just tell me when you're really free. I'll wait." The line went silent, leaving Alex staring at his hopelessly tangled schedule. If you enjoyed this and need a voice actor for your next project, I'm available. Just search for Tegan Gardner on doitbythehour.com.